Hi there, everybody. You're traveling with Jack, and as always, my heavenly wife, Pam. We're certainly off the beaten path today. We're in rural southern Oregon between Grants Pass and Roseburg, about 5 miles east of Interstate 5, visiting the historic ghost town of Golden, Oregon. Yeah, not a lot here, but then again, there is a lot here to see and tons of stories to share as well. This was a gold mining boom town at one time. And down below, down there, is a part of what was Coyote Creek, where gold mining was taking place. Now, as the years went by and stories are told, it started getting a little controversial about stripping away the lands and what was happening here. And gold mining, I believe I saw, stopped somewhere around 1963, 1964. And then volunteers from the area started coming in here, helping to restore this back to what it used to look like as the land was stripped away, of course, during the mining days. And you can see it is now a wetlands area. And we can see and hear a lot of birds. So if you come to this ghost town, what will you see? Well, we've still got a few buildings left. The one that is kind of the centerpiece, and was then too for this community, is this beautiful church. This is the Golden Community Church, and this is where families would come to worship on Sundays, and I bet they probably work the other 6 days of the week. We'll walk up in here and give you a quick look how it looks inside the church. It still looks incredibly good. I mean, in good condition. Here we are inside. Just plain old wooden pews. And up here's the pulpit. And we'll kind of give you a look back. And maybe you just kind of sit back and think back in time to when the minister was here at the front. These hard-working families were here to worship. A day to lift their spirits, because I'm sure they had a lot of tough days then. So again, this is the Golden Community Church. And this is, this whole community is on the National Historic Register. And there's a park host that stays on site. But the tours that you'll do, they're all self-guided. And it's a pretty easy tour. There's even some gravestones over there. Looks like an old barn, a storage area. And then they've also got some nice little display areas that tell you a little more about the history of Golden and what took place here. There was one little bit of information over here that was pretty interesting that I found on the board. It was talking about the improvements in mining, and there were some local miners here, 1890 it says, invented something called the Rubel Rock Elevator. And they say that just changed the course of mining. Not sure what all it did, but I'm sure you could look it up and learn more about it. Continue across the grounds, you can see there's also some pretty wildflowers have popped up here. It's a real pretty location. And this is just another little storage building. And then here's about the only house that's left. We can walk over and let you kind of take a little peek into the window. You can see some of the windows are knocked out, unfortunately. Looks like this was probably a kitchen. It looks like an old stove over there. And then, of course, there's the famed outhouse. Had to have one of those because, you know what? Didn't have indoor plumbing back then. There she blows. And then over here, that white building is the schoolhouse. They did have school children here in the 1900s, early 1900s, who attended school. And unfortunately, we can't go inside the school. They actually posted a sign, and this is really too bad that they'd had vandalism. But again, just a cool place. Over across the way is another area where you can read more about this community and some of the happenings here. So again, you know, you're not going to spend a day here. You might spend 30 minutes to an hour, but it's kind of a cool place to visit. Again, it's Golden, Oregon, located just off Interstate 5, the east side of Interstate 5. You can also, if you go back on the other side of the interstate, you can check out the Wolf Creek Inn, which is also a historic inn. It's still fully operational. You can get dinner or lunch there, and you can still spend the night as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Be sure and subscribe to our channel, Traveling with Jack and Pam. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell anybody you know. And as we always say, have a great day and even a better tomorrow. And bye-bye now from historic Golden, Oregon.